One of the rules of solubility of salt is this. Number one, all potassium, sodium, and ammonium salts are soluble. Take note of that. Okay, so you have potassium chloride, potassium nitrate, potassium sulfate. They are all soluble. Rule number two, all triazosyl nitrate 5 are soluble in water. All triazosyl nitrate 5, NO3 minus, they are soluble in water. Take note of that. Rule number 3, all chloride salt apart from all chloride salt are soluble in water. Chloride salt apart from your lead 2 chloride, okay, apart from your mercury 2 chloride, and apart from your silver chloride. All chloride salt are soluble in water apart from this, and this. So take note of that. But your lead 2 chloride is soluble in warm water. So if you boil the water, this compound will dissolve. Now, rule number 4. All tetraazosyl sulfate 6 are soluble except what? Except your mercury sulfate. Please take note of that. Except your calcium sulfate. Please take note of that. Except your barium sulfate. Please take note of that. All of these salts, SO42 minus, are soluble apart from this, and this. But remember that I said that calcium sulfate is slightly soluble in what? Water. Please take note of that. And I said that lead 2 chloride is soluble in warm water. Then finally, remember that all triazosyl carbonate 4 are insoluble. The only triazosyl carbonate 4 that is soluble is the triazosyl carbonate 4 of sodium, potassium, and what? Ammonium. Take note of that. Now the answer to this question is simple. Which of these salts is soluble? Is barium sulfate soluble? No. Because barium sulfate are the sulfate that is not soluble. Lead 2 chloride, is it soluble? No. Silver chloride? No. The answer is what? Ammonium chloride. Take note of that. The catalyst used in contact process is what? Remember, contact process is the process involved in the production of what? SO3 and H2SO4. And the catalyst used, what's the catalyst used? The catalyst is simply what? Vanadium 5 oxide. This is the catalyst used in what? Contact process. But in some rare occasions, if the reaction occurs in a chamber that is made up of lead, we'll use our what? Nitrogen 2 oxide as the word catalyst. Take note of that. It's very important. Now, the metals that can be extracted by roasting it all is what? Now, if you must roast an ore in what? In air, the ore must never be an oxide ore. It must be a sulfide ore. So an example of the metal is what? The answer to this question is your word, your zinc. Okay? The law of conservation, the law that governs the balancing of chemical equation is what? Remember, the law of conservation of what? Mass states that matter can neither be created nor be destroyed, but can be changed from one form to another. So the answer to this question is what? Law of conservation of what? Of mass. Let's write it down. The derivative of alkane used as anesthetic is what? Now, in substitution reaction of alkane, the two products that are very useful is your trichloromethane and your tetrachloromethane. Take note of that. These two products are very useful products in what? In the substitution reaction of alkane using chlorine as the halogen in the presence of sunlight. Now, what is trichloromethane used for? This trichloromethane is what they call anesthesia or the old anesthetic. It is usually given to patients during surgical operation as a pain reliever. Take note of that. So the compound they are referring to is this one, trichloromethane. As for tetrachloromethane, tetrachloromethane is only used as an organic solvent. is used as an organic solvent to do what? To remove stains like what? Grease and oil stain. It is also used used in laundry to remove oil and grease stain. Also used as well an organic solvent. Most organic solvents that are insoluble in water are usually soluble in tetrachloromethane. In carrying a qualitative analysis on organic compound, we usually dissolve the compound in tetrachloromethane if the compound is not soluble in what? Water. Thank you very much. Now, phenol meter now, polymer, is used for what? Is used to make what? Electrical insulators. Please take note of that. Electrical insulators. That is the answer to this question. So we are left with just two questions. Let's quickly do the two questions. Now, class, number 14 question says hydrogen gas can be prepared industrially by dash. Hydrogen can be prepared industrially by batch process. Take note of that. It can be prepared by electrolysis of water using H2XO4. Yes. It can be prepared by electrolysis of water with sodium chloride. Okay. Hydrogen can even be prepared from coke. Okay, so the answer is all of the above. Then number 15 says the reaction, please take note of this. This give us this, okay? First of all, what do we call this reaction? This guy is an alkanol. It's an alkanol. This guy is an alkanol. Why this one is your alkanoic acid? Take note of that. If this is alkanol and this is alkanoic acid, the reaction between alkanol and alkanoic acid is called esterification. Take note of that. Okay, esterification is the process by which ester is formed. This one is your ester. Okay, ester is also called alkanoid. Now, if alkanol reacts with alkanoic acid, it forms ester and water. They said the function of the concentrated H2SO4 in the reaction is what? The answer is that the concentrated H2SO4 in esterification function as a what? A catalyst. Take note of that. So this reaction is called esterification. The backward reaction is called hydrolysis. So they can ask you the reverse reaction of esterification is called dash. The answer is what? Hydrolysis. Thank you very much. We have come to the end of today's video lesson. If today is your first time on coming across the H2O Spirit channel, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Also help us to share our videos. Tell us what you feel in the comment section about our questions and our answers. Thank you very much. I'll see you in my next video lesson.